All right, we are back. I don't know. Um, if I'm gonna smash this together with the other video or not. So let's do welcome back here and start off from where we left off. We're gonna finish this stupid trial today because I'm done with this. This is taking forever and it's so like I like this game, but sometimes it runs on a little too long. So let's finish this and get everything out of the way. All right. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does that make you my granddaughter's fiance? Really? Really? I mean, I guess he does have a point, but still, it's not really a good point. She's only 7 years old. Indeed. Alone, it's a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I gonna find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can get just one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Very well. Witness, you may continue. Oh my gosh. Case summary. Sensory trapped in The murder weapon was fired twice. Well, that's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, that seems like... I need to think about this. What else could be used as evidence? Because I literally cannot see a connection between any of these things. It's really annoying. What could we use? Oh. So do I do this again? Okay, I think I got it. Present? Okay. I did out the wrong thing. Man, this is stupid. This is like really stupid. So it has to be at this. Okay, present. Bring out the DLC case again. What? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know then. These are so stupid. Like, it's the right thing, you just have to do it at the right time. Basically, if it doesn't ask you for evidence, I don't even... Polly, what's the number to the safe in the shack? 122 1228 1228. The same case number as the DL6. Got it. My, what a reckless pair. Well, Mr. Wright, you're claiming that the number has to do with the guy. Actually, it does. Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could it possibly link to the caretaker? Okay, we'll send this again. The DL6 case file. What is the obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in the file is something relating to the safe number? The case summary. And the case summary page. The case summary, specifically the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah, he used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. But this is not a tangible proof. I set my ATM card number to 0001 because I'm number 1. That has nothing to do with the date, nothing. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What? What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop immediately. Witness, tell us your name. Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think, finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years? Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order, order! Yanni Yogi, so was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edwards for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiance, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge? Against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I'd like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Carmel saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant Miles Edgeworth not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means no. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What did you mean? I am not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 case. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He is right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Oh Lord. For 15 years I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the innocent incident with your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't here either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. I'm sorry, I'm just really irritated right now. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for the DL6. The statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Order, order. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. Crime for which the statute of limitation runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bleh, it's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think we would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider an appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Sure did, punk. I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy, just crazy. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious that I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent? What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. Wait, what? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in the court record. In any case, tighten your belt. There's real fights beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted to his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. I'm going to save right here. Let us begin by hearing the testimony. Though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations of the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it is unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? Nope. No, Your Honor. Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. Please, please. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As he went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought the memory was a dream? We were stuck in the elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events. Bad. The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner, but then... Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That's the gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream? It was a terrible scream that I remember to this day. I don't... Yeah, I just want to... Okay. Yeah, I already... said it fired once. A single gunshot. The murder weapon was fired twice. Right there. So can I show this? There we go. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately, you don't. Look at the file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness testimony. You do enjoy dragging out the file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? Victim's data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one shot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was accidentally fired when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired the second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with the incident. I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof the other shot fired had something else to do with the case? Yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Okay, the proof is... I think the photo. That little gunshot thingy there. That. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the crime scene 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. There's two bullet holes. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where? Your Honor, please get a clue. Oh, right there. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor. Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired the second shot. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired? In conclusion, you must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright. But who could that be? Someone else be? The murderer, of course. I know I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand, Mr. Wright. Look once more at the DL6 case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. Okay? Look where it's written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. And the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of the matter, the whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made the bullet hole in the door. Order, I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was never found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. This. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Geh, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet doesn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Mia. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick, if the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No, but you said you do it. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edward declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought there was another person someone killed else who fired the killing shot, but now I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. The shot was fired by Miles. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I don't. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no. You're accepting the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations of the murder of Gregory Edward runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? I have an objection. Your Honor. I object. Tisk tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Oh, Nick. I don't know, he's kissing. Oh no. Yeah. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. Must exist, but where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. What? But we just heard proof that it didn't exist. I realize that, Your Honor. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us just who is the murderer. I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not that easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet? I don't know. I'm gonna save. I'm going with the murderer needed to find it. Sounds like more sense here. The murderer didn't need it? Was there a need for the murderer to search for that bullet? Let me think about this. He would need it to frame Edgeworth, right? But he didn't need the second bullet because if there was another bullet found, there's two. So the murderer didn't need it. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance, maybe the bullet, hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance, I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there, you know? I was just thinking off the top of my head, but what if that really happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. The two men fought inside the elevator. Trying to stop, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it? Deny it? No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edwards dealt the blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he'd taken. In how many years of prosecuting? What if von Karma didn't take the vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean, it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was von Karma. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated that possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Oh. Should I come out and say it now? That's a good question. Let's just do it. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this certainly is interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? What? My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma! Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bleh. You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick. Let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth. I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull out bullets out yourself. Wait, what does that mean? The bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Show evidence. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how much you like it so much. What? Evidence that proves Von Karma was shot. Easy, I was wondering why we were keeping this thing around. Because the bullet's still inside him. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving evidence trail. So then I ask, where's the bullet now? I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean? I do. There's a possibility that that bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all those years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. I refuse. You refuse, but refusing this means You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside of you? Order! 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 Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitation runs out this case today. If it was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Mr. Von Karma. You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to the DL6 incident. But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from the DL6 incident? Of course you can't. You don't have any DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the record room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close, one day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link the bullet to your shoulder in the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. I'm assuming it's the bullet, right? Or would it be the bullet? Because that's a bullet. Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Oh, here we go. I'm skipping this. Yeah, we get this. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We can analyze both bullets. Then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Eh, eh. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those of the bullets and solve the case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Ah! 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 Oh! That scream. I've heard it somewhere before. Wait, I know. Yeah. Yeah. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma. It was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma. Edgeworth. Edgeworth. Only you would dare defy me. So it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you. Does anyone really care to hear all this? Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I've ever known. Me? Penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on and the elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. It was in this last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died not knowing who had shot him. Later he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge. What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, yes, Your Honor? You are innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant Miles Edgeworth not guilty. Yay! Woo! Woo! That is all. This court is adjourned. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karmer looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Heh. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we had it. I know. I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right? Yeah. I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. But thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at all this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I never forgot this. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Ahem. Whoop! I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. Hey, y'all. Lotta. Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar, even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let's bygones be bygones. Speaking of which, what are you doing here? Who, me? I went back to college. I gave up on trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. What? What's the sad face, Larry? What happened? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. Huh? You don't look sick. It's Keontae. She's going to live in Paris, Nick. Paris! She's leaving me behind. Should have seen this coming. Yo, Edgy. There you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here's a little gift for me in celebration. Celebration? This is unusual for you. Harry Butts, you came along tonight too? My treat, pal. Huh? Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right? Yeah. What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah. That's not strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. 38 exactly? Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No. No, Larry, it was you? What are you surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came to school anyways. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right? You may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, right? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, Edgeworth. Hmm? You should have told me. Now, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if only I'd known, I'd have become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I'd known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, want to switch right? Hey y'all, line up, I'll take a photo. Yay, photo time, let's go! And after that, dinner on me. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town. We celebrated Edward's newfound freedom, even though Edward himself was still in detention. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5? Maybe I should go back to sleep. Hmm? What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it was your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye. What time is it? Gah! The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya. So you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Wait, what? I never could have saved your could have saved Edward without your help. Huh? Oh, and the last day of the trial I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes. Only her voice, but still. It was the very end when I thought we would lose everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped in Mr. Rosenberg and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick, but you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Mia. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Mia evidence to cheer her up. Oh, the bullet, right? A bullet? Von Karma was convinced that he had taken all the evidence. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. That was the bullet that put it into Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick! Thanks, Mia. I couldn't have done it without you. Mia. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay. I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run the office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Thanks. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Hey, don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yeah, Your Honor. Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this. Okay. Hey, pal. Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoop! Detective Gumshoe. Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Yeah, I'm not reading all this. How long have we been in this? An hour and 20 minutes to finish this trial. Gee whiz. Oh gosh. I can't skip this, I don't think. I'm just letting it run a little bit. I don't know how long this thing takes. Yeah, I'm over this. We'll go ahead and end it there because I really don't care to really hear anything else from this. If anything of note comes up, I'll add it in here. But if it doesn't, I just want to say thanks for watching. We'll definitely have more Phoenix Wright on here. Cause even though this game does annoy me a lot, I still like it as well. So I'm very conflicted. But we'll see you in the next part because I do have the rest of the Phoenix Wright series, but I don't know when I might put more stuff up, so. Again, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and we'll go on to the next series.
Depends how it goes. If this goes really